Today is day 95 of 100 random acts of kindness. We had a hospital day today. What is pertinent information? My hemoglobin was 77 when we had the blood transfusion, and now it's 96. So that's good. Normal range starts at 115, so still not in the normal range, but better than it was. Neutrophils, which is always something I struggle with, 2.2. They only really get concerned about anything lower than 1.0 at this point anyway. Platelets were 97. Normal range starts at 130. Normally I was at about 200, so 97 isn't great, but since the last trial, my platelets are just struggling. I think that's it really for numbers. We're kind of monitoring a few other ones, but that's really the ones that we care about right now. I was cleared to go to PEI on Saturday, which is great. I have a lot of numbness, which isn't good, and it usually means nerves. Well, it can mean a million things. In my case, it seems to be that nerves are involved in this cancer, whether it's something pushing against nerves or whatever. I'm having a lot of symptoms. I'm not going to get into everything, but in my head, there's a lot of stuff going on, or nothing going on, depending on who you talk to. But there's I can never remember the name of it, some nerve that is about here. And there are 3 branches of it. One kind of takes care of this, one takes care of this, and one takes care of this. Well, I have numbness all here, down my eye socket, and then kind of turn down here, all down the side here, and then do this. So it's kind of like a Z. And it's painful, it's annoying, there's pressure, it's everything. So apparently an MRI is going to be ordered for that too, which is good. Everything takes so long, and it's tough. It's tough wanting answers and going through all this pain, and you just up the pain medication, and it's sucky. But cleared for PEI, and hopefully we just have a really good week in PEI. My random act of kindness today, I've talked about family a lot, and I have this amazing family, and then this amazing extended family, and then this amazing family of in-laws that I don't know what I did to deserve all this, because I've talked to so many people who I've talked a lot about spouses who throw themselves into work or turn to substance abuse or just can't handle it and leave. How Keith has hung on and stuck around, I'm still a little unclear about. And then my family is just this amazing group of people who will just listen to me talk about anything, and even just the listening part might seem to them that it's not very much, but I know a lot of people who are kind of shut down and told to not talk about their cancer, which I don't know how they do it. Some people don't want to talk about it. I'm not dying to talk about it. It's just sometimes when something comes into my mind that I've been stewing about, sometimes I need to get it out, and I can't imagine not having an outlet. I talked about Keith's mom's side of the family doing the Christmas in July and everybody wearing pink. When I was first diagnosed at, I guess I was 26 at that point, because I think it was still before my birthday, and how much that meant to me, and walking in and all the support via a color. It's amazing how that can really show support. And so the other day in the mail, I got something, and it was from Keith's aunt. And so I opened it, and there was a letter with it. And they grew up, Keith's mom's family grew up in Niagara-on-the-Lake. And that has become a very special place to Keith and I. It's quite far from here. It's at least 6 hours. So it's not like we get to go very often, but we have gone there and just spent some time there. And it's a beautiful little spot. I don't know my distances. I'm going to say a half an hour, 20 minutes outside of Niagara Falls. It's wine country. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's really special to the two of us. And so Keith's Aunt Lorna was saying that she had just spent some time in Niagara-on-the-Lake kind of playing tourist. And she found this this bracelet for me. And so she sent it to me. And so it's this beautiful bracelet. It's gold and silver. And it says things like memory, spirituality, joy, prosperity, family, love, serenity, health, memories. I don't know if I said that one yet. And it's gold and silver. And the tones work really well with my skin tone. And I'm so fair that everything always looks like it really stands out. This just happens to match perfectly. And so I wrote to her and thanked her, and I said, I love this for 2 reasons, in addition to it matching my skin tone that she could not have predicted. One, it's from Niagara-on-the-Lake, and so I just kind of feel like I have part of Keith's family with me all the time. And the other part is that it's not packed full of ribbons. It's not packed full of things like hope, and I have a lot of hope in my heart, but I find it very challenging sometimes, some of the breast cancer themed items, for a few reasons. Where does the money go? Like, are people just profiting off of it? Off of a pink ribbon or whatever it is? Or is the money actually going to research? So I struggle with that. But I have not been a stranger. I've actually had a tweet. I don't know what the rules of viral are, but it was retweeted a number of times. I think 1.5 million people have read it. And it's about how cancer is not a battle. If cancer was a fight, if I could fight cancer, I would have won by now. So when people say, you're such a warrior, it's like, well, I'm just trying not to die. It's very complicated, and I didn't get it when I was stage 2, and I know I had been referred to as a cancer ninja, and I didn't see the issue with that, and now I just think I had no control. I didn't do anything differently, stage 2 to remission, as I'm doing now. So to call me some kind of warrior or fighter when I was stage 2 doesn't really make any sense, because I just did the treatment that I thought was best for me and that my oncologist agreed with, and I'm doing the same now. And to be considered a fighter for really just trying to stay alive as long as I can also puts added pressure on me that people who survive cancer somehow fought harder. And it doesn't work like that. Like, the treatment either works or it doesn't. And people, it's just a crapshoot at this point. So to add that battle, or she lost her battle to cancer. Really, the last thing I do on earth is I'm a loser? That kind of sucks. And so I was really grateful that it wasn't cancer themed in that respect, that you're a fighter or a warrior or a battle or whatever it was. And actually Keith's cousin, so Lorna, the one who sent me this beautiful bracelet, her niece, Jean, tweeted me today, and there's a famous Australian golfer who passed away today, and he had cancer. And Jean tweeted me and said, you seem to be, I don't know how she said it, people are starting to listen, because this was an entire article about this golfer, and not once was battle mentioned. And I'd love to take all the credit for that, but there are many people out there who are saying this rhetoric has to change. Like, what's wrong with, I've talked about in my obituary, if cancer isn't even mentioned at all. Like, it's taken so much, it's responsible for my death. I don't really need it responsible for my life too. So when we talk about my life and my obituary, really, we're going to give a lot of credit to cancer? No thanks. So yeah, just think of that next time you say, how's the fight, or you're such a fighter, or you're a warrior, or whatever. And we say these words because we've heard these words and we keep repeating them, but they're not actually. Some people associate, like appreciate them. I'm going to say the majority of those people don't have stage 4 cancer. It's not to say that people with stage 4 cancer don't associate with those words or find some use in them. There are a lot of us who don't like that rhetoric. And in saying that, the fact that this seems so personalized to me and has nothing to do with cancer, I think just makes it that much more special. I'm very tired. So Lorna, thank you so much. This really means a lot to me. And, I think it's a really special and personalized gift, and I really like it. Talk to you guys tomorrow.